Darian Fenton.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. Well, I've been listening to the debate on the committee stages of this bill over the last few days, and I've been, well, in a few minutes tonight, but I have been moved to take a call in the Environment Canterbury Temporary Commissioners and Improved Water Management Amendment Bill. And the reason I've been moved to take a call, Mr Chair, is I come from Auckland. I obviously, have some. I know. I'm sorry. I do apologise for that. But look, in Auckland, I know that people would be rioting in the streets right now if this kind of provision was being put forward to the people of Auckland. Now, I know we had Rodney Hyde's little adventure with the amalgamation of Auckland. There was quite a lot of rioting at local level, but at the same time, what I think that's happened here, from what I can see from a distance, is that the people of Canterbury are being taken advantage of. The earthquake has become an excuse for ditching democracy. And I have to say, Mr Chair, I'm deeply disappointed in the new Minister, the Honourable Chris Tremaine. Actually, Chris Tremaine and I came into Parliament together, and I thought that I had high hopes for the integrity of that Minister. However, I do think, to be fair, Mr Chair, I do think he's been handed something that no incoming Minister of Local Government will want to have to deal with. He's certainly been handed the short straw, particularly given the promises of previous ministers such as the Honourable Nick Smith, who promised in 2010, whatever the circumstances, the next regional council elections in Canterbury will take place no later than the election scheduled for late 2013. Now, I would like to hear from the ministers now sitting in the chair what the explanation is for the delay. I mean, has he been back and spoken to the former minister and said he made that promise, and how does he justify taking away the right of the people of Canterbury to choose the people that will lead them? And particularly in the circumstances of Christchurch, where we've seen dreadful earthquakes, and we've seen the people of Canterbury trying to bring themselves together and having to put up with some of the imposition from Wellington that we're seeing about the Christchurch rebuild, and some of the arrogance, where people who say anything about opposing the government's will around the Christchurch rebuild actually get criticised, and they're told that they're carping and being a bit of a nuisance. And I think that's what this bill is about. Actually, the people of Canterbury are seen as a nuisance. They're seen as a nuisance, and that's what this bill is about. It's about a bunch of people in Canterbury who are a nuisance to the government and who have been completely disregarded. And so those people who are a nuisance do not deserve the right to vote in the people that will represent them. Now, this year, as my colleague Sir William Seal pointed out, we will be having local body elections up and down the country. We'll be having them in Auckland. We're going to have a fantastic election in Auckland. We're looking forward to that. People will be coming together and talking about what it is that they want for their city. They will be talking about what it is they want for their region. They will be talking about the issues that are important to them, and they will be making democratic decisions and deciding who they're going to vote for. But what this bill does is deny those rights to the people of Canterbury. It's another broken promise that we've seen from the John Key's government. In fact, it's an outright lie, as my colleague says. And of course, as we know, John Key should have listened when the Honourable Nick Smith made that promise. But however, how many promises have we heard? How many promises have we heard from this government? How many promises have been broken? Mr Chair, I was also moved to speak on this bill because I heard that there were 95 submissions on this bill, and of those 90 were opposed. And in fact, Mr Chair,
Aaron Gilmore.
Move the question be now put.
I'll hear Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Chairman. I rise to take a call on part one. Mr Chairman, I'm always suspicious